Hello, welcome to another reading. I haven't done a reading in a really long time, actually, so sorry, y'all. I had to go on hiatus, but I'm back. I will be doing readings more often, so definitely hit that notification bell because I'm actually going to be doing shit. I promise. I'm going to be posting on TikTok as well as YouTube, and I will be doing extended readings again. I always have personal readings open, so if you ever want a personal reading, just go to my website. The link is in my bio, um, here on YouTube or on TikTok. But yeah, let's get into it. So today, I'm just gonna, see what comes out. I'm not gonna ask anything specific because I haven't done a reading in a while, so I don't really even know what my collective's energy is up to. So we're just gonna go with the vibes and just see what comes out. But I always think it's fun doing readings like this because, it could quite literally go anywhere. I'm gonna take a sip of water before we start. Okay, so what messages do my collective need to know? What's their energy like right now? Spirit, what do you have that you want them to pay attention to at this time? For my collective, this wants to come out. I'm going to just take a couple cards. Okay. Today's Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. Um y'all need to like ground a little bit. Ground yourselves. There could be some envy going on. Um Maybe you are keeping yourself stuck a bit. You know what? This came reversed, so I'm actually gonna do that. But maybe you're keeping yourself stuck. It's like you're daydreaming because of something that you want, somebody that you want, some situation, whatever. But your head is in the clouds to the point where you're not even like grounding yourself in reality here. Um or at least you might think that you are not grounded in reality. Maybe you have an idea and or there's something that you want, whatever, and you think that it's like not possible, but it is. You have to, instead of you being like envious of other people that have it or looking um or just like thinking that it's not obtainable for you, maybe you need to start realizing that like you have the key. You have everything that you need to be able to like leave this garden and go explore. I'm gonna show you the card a little closer. Like she has the key on her neck, which means that she can easily get out of the gate even though it's locked. Um and while the garden is beautiful, she has probably cultivated this amazing garden and it's taken her years to do that, or however long, maybe months, whatever, because planting a seed, it takes time for it to actually grow, especially to grow into these huge flowers that we see here. So maybe there's something that you have been working on for a long time. You feel very established within your life right now with what you're doing, whether it's career, whether it's in a relationship, or just in general. Like maybe you just feel like you are in it right now with life. Like you are just doing a damn thing, doing a great job. You feel completed, whatever. But something is calling you to move outside the gate. Something is calling you to go into those hills where you have no idea what's beyond the gate. You don't see anything really. You just see land and you're wondering if like maybe you should maybe you should do that. And maybe you're wondering, why am I even feeling this way when I feel like I have everything that I wanted? Well, time is always moving, and we live on this planet for hopefully about 100 years. So, like, you're not going to be doing the same thing your entire 100 years on this planet. Maybe you want to move somewhere. Maybe you want to change careers. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to leave your relationship and just be free and go somewhere else. Maybe you want to get into a relationship when you've never been in one. Like, everything is always going to change. Your ideas, your desires, whatever, they're always going to change. You might get to a point where it's like, okay, I've been happy for a few years, but as soon as you feel like you want to move forward, do that. That's okay. Um, and I said envy before just because that's the card that came out, but I don't necessarily think that you are envious of anybody else or anything like that. Like, I don't think that's negative. I don't think that it's actually like a negative feeling in that kind of way. I think it's quite literally just, you might just be finding yourself daydreaming about what could be. And maybe it's starting to make you feel like your life right now, or whatever, like, you're in right now, is not enough or something like that. So it's like, don't necessarily not be grateful, for where you are right now, because it's a beautiful thing that you got there. It's a beautiful thing that you have created this garden for yourself. Continue to be grateful, okay? Remember that. But at the same time, it's okay to be grateful for where you are and still want more. That is okay. And I think that maybe you're kind of just like beginning to realize that. Or maybe even after this reading, you'll be like, am I really like completely satisfied right now, Do you hear that? Of course it stopped when I took off my headphone. Maybe I'm just hearing things. I hear somebody singing. Maybe that'll resonate with some of y'all. Singing? Maybe you want to be a singer? I don't know. Okay, let's see. What do my collective need? Oh, look, you have another. Yeah, you're just confused. You have another card here that's all about wishing and waiting. Wishing and waiting. Seeing just imagining this, just imagining life being a little different. And that's okay. I think you're a dreamer, And maybe that's why the first chakra came out reversed, because you're just not rooted in a way that is grounded. People might call you a dreamer all the time, or people might always tell you, like, oh, you always want something that seems unrealistic, or you always want something that you can't have, or whatever the fuck, right? And maybe over time you started to like actually believe that. And so you started kind of suppressing this like desire for you to like daydream, not even desire, because I don't think you're doing it on purpose. But if you don't dream, if you don't think of like new things that you want in life, then you're always going to be in the same place. So don't listen to other people. Maybe I'm being biased because I think I'm one of those people that is a dreamer, and like a lot of, not that a lot of people don't support me, because that's not true, but I'm sure if I told everybody all my thoughts all the time, they would probably talk me out of it. But like, that's why I don't tell people. That's why I don't be telling people shit, because it's just like, I don't want anybody's negative energy coming onto my fucking thoughts and dreams. Like, you can have a thought and fucking dream. Maybe you want to travel because we have the boat here. He's looking out to sea. He looks like he's waiting for this boat to come back. Maybe there's somebody that's on the boat that left, that he's waiting for them to come back, and or maybe he's waiting for the boat to dock so that he can leave next time. Maybe he felt like he missed his opportunity. There's like a lot of things here. But I mean, this one with Garden and the Gate and Envy are just very, very telling of like just this energy of wanting something new, wanting some kind of change, but feeling like you can't do it for some reason or can't obtain it for some reason. But remember, she has the key herself. And there's butterflies here, which also represent transformation. You might need to transform your thoughts, your some things in your life before you can actually like move, before you can actually leave and, try something else. But you do have to like decide to do that. You have to decide to have that transformation for sure. Let's see if there's any wisdom that might help you understand how to move or how to like get started. Thank you. There's kind of a lot of cards here. I don't know if I want to take all these. Oh, actually, okay. There's only 3. It's fine. All right. We have time for a nap, to be fair, and co-create. I hope you can see. Hold on. Perfect. I like this setup. Let me know if you guys like it. I like to show y'all the cards rather than myself. I only show myself on TikTok, I think. I don't think I've showed myself on YouTube. Okay. Anyway, sorry. All right. I think that taking a moment of pause would be helpful. I think it'll help you ground yourself in a way that's like, okay, I am feeling like I want some kind of change, some kind of movement. And that's okay. So take a moment to breathe and take a little nap, whatever. This could be literally like go take a fucking nap. Maybe you're tired right now. Maybe you haven't gotten a lot of sleep this week, whatever. Or this could literally mean like, this could also mean like metaphorically, like take a nap, like take a rest so that you can actually figure out your emotions. Because once again, like I said before, I feel like maybe there are people that kind of make you feel like it's wrong to have what you have and still want more, or not even more but something different. Like I said before, still be grateful for what you have, but it's okay to want something different. It's okay to like get to a point and then be like, okay, I thought this was exactly what I wanted, but by the time I reached that goal, now my desires have changed. That's okay. So take a moment to actually kind of figure out a plan almost, and um how you can like execute it. And also just a moment to be able to not judge yourself. Like get to a point where like your mind is clear, where you're not going to judge yourself for wanting something different. That's okay. If people are being rude to you about wanting change in your life, or you wanting to better yourself or be different than how you are now, then they probably are just projecting the fact that they don't want to change. And don't let them do that, because that has nothing to do with you. Maybe that's also why envy came out. Then we have to be fair, which I feel like it kind of reminds me of the justice card in tarot. And I think that you need to accept that it's okay to want balance in this kind of way, to want to be okay with where you are, but still want to move forward. I think there's a beautiful balance in that. There's also an owl on her head, which represents wisdom. I think you know that it's fine, but maybe you just still allow people's like thoughts and whatever's to like berate you. And that's okay, because, sometimes it's hard to just ignore what people say, especially if you truly care about what they're saying. Let me just look at the card. There's a fortune cookie here, and then there looks like to be like a golden egg in the other one. I wish I could see. I think the fortune cookie says nope, and then the egg is just like an egg. So to me, I mean, the egg is representing like fertility. Um starting something new, creating something, having an idea, following it, nurturing it, yada yada. This could also literally mean having children, something of that. Especially with co-create here, maybe you're thinking about having a child. That could be very specific for somebody. Um and maybe like you just feel like you need to sleep on it a little bit. Not sleep on it, but maybe that's what you want and somebody's trying to convince you, like not convince you, but maybe somebody is like feeling like, no, we don't need to have another child, or no, we don't need to have a kid right now. Like, we're not, you know, ready or whatever. But maybe you feel ready. And maybe just this person is not. Maybe they're projecting it, something of that sort. Once again, that's a very specific message for somebody specific. But, yeah, but that makes sense with co create. But yeah, like I said, this is very much like the justice card, um, balancing the scales. Are you going to feel balanced if you like leave? If you do something new, if you pursue this thought or idea or job or whatever change that you want? Or are you going to feel imbalanced if you stay or if you do said thing? I think you just need time to like think about that. And then also, you might need some help. You might need some outside help. There's a leopard here, and then an owl, and then a huge egg. And the egg has like kind of like a leopard print. And I don't know how owls are born. I'm assuming because it's a bird, they come out of an egg. So I feel like the egg with the leopard giving this baby here. So co-creation. Maybe you just need to enlist a little bit of help. Maybe somebody will come into your life that might help you go through this change. Maybe you need somebody to help you accept that it's okay to want change, to want something different. Maybe you'll meet somebody that won't judge you for having your head in the clouds a little bit. The thing is, you might have your head in the clouds, but you also like do the thing. Like, it's not like you like say all these things and you talk a big game and then you don't never do anything. Like, that's not your, it doesn't seem like that's your energy. It seems like you quite literally, when there's something that you want, you pursue it. It just happens to so be that by the time you get to that point, then your desires change, and that's fine. So I think that that's interesting. I think that's very interesting. All right, let's just get some, I was going to say extra advice, but I kind of want to just pull a couple of cards from this deck. This deck is the Unveiled Tarot, and maybe there's just things that you are like trying to suppress or hide. And for some reason, I feel like we should pull some cards from here really quick. So let's do that. I guess the universe wants you to acknowledge the things that you are trying to ignore. Hmm. Look at that. We have the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, I mean, the Emperor, I just want to reiterate that yeah, there's just things that you want to do and you want to push forward, and you're stopping yourself. You are holding yourself back a bit. And maybe that's where the first chakra's coming from. Maybe it's not that you have your head in the clouds necessarily. Maybe the ungroundedness is coming from you not being your authentic self. If you want change, do the change. Don't listen to what anybody else has to say. Okay? Obviously, if it's something that is quite literally life altering and it might affect you and others in a negative way, let's take a step back and take a moment. before we actually make that decision. But if it's something that has nothing to do with anyone else and it's not going to harm you or anybody else, then do the fucking thing. Like, if you just feel like you just want to switch career paths and you found another fucking job, then fucking do it. Like, you know what I mean? But you are holding yourself back. And that's why you keep dreaming about this thing or about this change. Maybe you don't even want a specific change. Maybe you just want a change as well. It might not even be anything specific. We have the puppeteer. Like, don't let other people or others, even circumstances, stop you from living how you want to live and doing what you want to do. Because one day you're going to look back and you're not going to be very happy with yourself. I feel like you're already kind of not fucking with that. Already kind of not feeling the happiest. And see, we have the back of the deck here, the Seven of Pentacles. Like, she keeps overthinking so much about this plant to grow, but it's just like, the plant is going to grow. You just fucking water it every day or water it every few days, whatever, and it'll grow. But like, you standing there staring at it like fucking watching paint dry is not going to help. You need to just like plant the fucking seed and move on. I think I mentioned planting a seed before. Maybe gardening is relevant in some kind of way. Maybe you also need to just like learn a little bit of patience almost without the overthinking, because you obviously are doing a lot of thinking. I will say that. Because I mean, the Garden in the Gate, she like looks fucking lost in thought. The Three of Wands, he's like lost in thought. Envy, she's lost in thought. Two of Swords, lost in thought. Like, there's a lot of thinking. Maybe that's why you need to take a nap. Just stop thinking so fucking much and fucking do it if that's what you want to do. But then also like allow it to like unfold naturally. You know, it's not going to be the fastest fucking change ever. Like, you might also need to just, okay, maybe it's just as little as acknowledging that you want change, and then doing one thing to like get the ball rolling, and then things will start to move. So also remember that, to like be a little patient. And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Maybe you just also don't want to be wrong about the change. I think that you just feel so comfortable where you are, and you're kind of just like, okay, well, I'm perfectly fine here and I do enjoy this. So maybe like, what if I go and the grass isn't greener? Who cares? Just change again. Who cares? At least you did it. It's definitely better to try something and it not work out in the best way than you stay put and then just regret forever. Because I mean, this is coming out of my own personal experience. I would rather try something and fail and then that put me on like a different path than before, than me just like stay put and quite literally just regret my fucking life. I hate regretting like my decisions. It's so fucking terrible. And that's honestly the only thing that like pushes me forward, because I'm just like, I can't look back 2 years from now and regret not doing something, because where would I be? Time is always going to flow. Don't forget that. Time is always going to flow. So as long as you're fucking alive, like, you might as well have just done the thing, because 2 years down the road, your life could have been so much different. But now you're sitting there wondering, oh, maybe I should have did that. Yeah, maybe you should have. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of what the vibes are here. If you're thinking about something, maybe pursue it. Once again, if it's not hurting anybody, it's not hurting you, try it. Who cares? It's kind of like doing your hair. Some people get so worked up about, oh, I want to change my hair color, but I'm scared it's not going to look good. Who cares if it doesn't look good? Put on a motherfucking hat, number one. Number two, your hair will grow back. Number three, you can just fucking re-dye it. Like, it's not a big deal. Or like when people like cut their hair, like it's like a bad haircut, it'll grow. Like, it'll grow. Take some fucking biotin and it'll grow even faster. Like, it'll grow back. You can wear hoods. You can wear hats. There's a lot of things that you can do to resolve the issue. Is it going to be a little annoying at the time? Yeah, but like, it's fine. You know, so just try to remember that. Like, you would rather just try than not try at all and just never know. Okay? All right, but that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Once again, I will be keeping up with readings. I know I am so bad at that. Hold me accountable, y'all. Fucking please. But I'm going to really try to hold myself accountable because I am tired of not doing that. And I really enjoy doing readings for y'all. I am going to be doing readings on TikTok too, as well. And I'll be opening extendeds again for TikToks. The TikToks are more about love and stuff. Because I just find those fun and I just think it's fun to do on TikTok. But these are more like about yourself. So I think that that's nice. But yeah, thanks so much. If you'd like to leave me a tip or anything, that's also just in the link in my bio. You can just leave it right there. If not, that's totally cool. You don't have to. I just like to say it just in case anybody wants to. But yeah, thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm super grateful for all y'all that are watching this, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.